Let's take a tour of the trash and recycle space in your church. When was the last time you went out and actually looked around to see how inviting that space is? Well, it really doesn't need to be inviting, but it should be clean. This is the recycle dumpster in this area, and things to consider are, is it secure? Is it accessible for your crew to come out and dump things? This one, they want it close to the building, and they would like to move their trash assembly here as well, but the parking lot was being torn up. And so you need to consider things like how much is the weight of the vehicle that comes to pick up your trash and recycle? Is it going to degrade your parking area? Do you need to put in a concrete pad? Some of the things that we suggest would be to put a corral, a fencing around your trash area to keep out critters. This, very easily accessible, but animals could get in here as well. There's even a door on the side that's open, which I'm not really sure what the purpose, except to ease having to lift the lid. So look at all the things around your area. Are you inhibiting rodent population? Are you making it easy to put your recyclables in the material in your dumpster? How often are you having it dumped? Could you have a smaller container and have it picked up more often and not have to worry about having the large trucks that are going to damage your parking area? Okay, let's go over there. We're here at the dumpster area. This is sort of a back of house area. Literally, we're back of the house. And you should be maintaining the cleanliness of this area. Here it's wide out in the open. It's essentially right at the edge of the parking area. And so you want to make sure that there isn't trash, debris laying around. You want to make sure that it's accessible to a truck for coming in and picking up and taking your refuse away. But you also don't want everybody in the city coming by and dumping trash in your dumpster. Not very good stewardship to have people dumping their trash in the church dumpster. There should be a locking mechanism on it, or it should be contained within a lockable corral. Other things to consider: what is the drainage of your area? Is your garbage dumpster, is it on a slope that's going to allow, when the rain comes, to wash things away and not just collect and pool, that you got to go dump the trash and there's a pool of water you're standing in? Is it going to be collecting other debris as well? So certain things to consider as you're looking to clean up or develop an appropriate trash and recycle area. If you happen to have a larger dumpster, this one is quite fairly adequate for if you're going to just dump a bag of trash into this. Most people could do that. But if you have a larger dumpster, like a rollback dumpster with a crank top, you want to make sure that you have the appropriate safety equipment. Steps, stairs with handrails to enable you to carry the trash up and put it in without causing physical injury to your employees. As far as trash pro tips, I say clean the area regularly. Come out with a pressure washer and blast off all the residue. Here we have a lot of rust and things going out. I don't know. There's plant matter growing in the cracks of the between the cement pad and the parking area. Those are all things that you can clean up that are just going to make it easier to maintain the area long term. Another thing to consider is labeling. Are your dumpsters well labeled for trash versus recycle? And how motivated are your people in your church, whether it's your employees or anyone else, using these receptacles to use them properly so that you're not putting recyclable goods into the trash or vice versa? Is this labeled clearly for trash? The recycle bin was clearly labeled for recycle. This appears to be less well labeled for trash. It's blue, which tends to be associated with recycling. The recycle dumpster was green, which tends to normally be associated with trash pickup. So signage here would be a great addition to making sure that they're being used for the appropriate materials. Other signage to consider would be informational, like perhaps a QR code that you could scan to let the facilities manager know that it's time to dump the dumpster. If you're not on a regular schedule, you got to call in, somebody's putting it in, they could do a quick scan and we'll put it in a work order to have it called in to be dumped. Another one would be, and particularly in regards to recycle bins, to encourage people to flatten boxes. Don't be the person that puts a full box in the recycle dumpster. It doesn't take up that much space when you've crushed it and flattened it out. It's much easier to do that than to throw full boxes in and have a full bin that really isn't full. It's full of air. So a sign that encourages people to flat pack their recyclables is a pretty good idea. Be sure you stay ahead of trash overflow. Don't let this happen to where these things are up and the garbage is there. It invites rodents, it invites birds. There are a lot of birds here on the power lines right above here that would love to just jump in here and get into some trash and string it across your parking lot, which just makes more headaches for you. Maintain it, do a regular walk by. Make sure that the trash is in the receptacle, not around the receptacle. Make sure that it's in bags, not just thrown in loose trash. If you're considering that maybe you need a different type of a dumpster, maybe you don't. Maybe you just need to reconfigure how you manage your trash flow. Here, there are a lot of things they could do that will greatly improve their ability to maintain trash removal and recycle removal. There are lots of things to think about. I know here they're trying to figure out how can we get this located closer to the church where the trash is generated. But once you move a dumpster closer to the church, you now also create some additional problems like, does it smell? If you put it right near classrooms where on a hot day, you might be smelling some really dirty trash. And so having it removed from the building a bit could be helpful. So consider all of the ramifications before you move to revamp your trash and dumping plan.